Okay, we are live.
What's going on?
How are you, man?
One day at a time. That's all we can do.
Looks like we've already got your buddy John H over here in the comments.
Yeah, John's good people.
He's hanging out waiting on us. Okay, so let's get started here. My name is Eagle Run 23, and that's my main YouTube channel. But I have this reloading channel where we're doing some live streams and we do some reloading and some things like that. But I have with us here, we've got audio glitch. So I have with us here Bending Ballistics. So he is a professional shooter, which is way cool. Super envious of all the stuff he gets to do on a regular basis. So why don't you keep going there, tell us about your channel, and we'll get into our discussion tonight.
So I've got a small channel. Like everybody knows, my channel is super small because a lot of the stuff that I do on mine is super niche, but I'm getting into the more, I guess, normalized of the channels where I'm bringing on pistols and kind of venturing out of just the long range stuff. But it's kind of difficult because like I shoot long range a lot more frequently than I shoot close quarters stuff. Like today's video that dropped was of the new Canik SFX that I picked up. So
I saw you post it. I have not seen it yet.
you should check it out. It's got zombies and stuff in it. And
I saw the zombies. Yeah, that's funny.
I was gonna take I'm a big Shark Tank fan. A lot of people don't know this, but I'm huge into Shark Tank. I wanted to take a spot out of there where one of the sharks goes, and this is why I'm out, and then post it in there in the front.
Yeah.
And for this reason, I'm out.
Nice.
But I didn't do it yet. Maybe as I get better at editing, I'll do it.
You need to advance from the phone editing at some point, right?
I need to just bite the bullet and buy an iPad Pro, honestly, and get over to iMovie. But I mean, my editing is pretty decent just for a phone.
Heck yeah, heck yeah.
I do everything from my phone. I mean, it's got a way better processor than like a lot of computers do now, and everything like
your
that.
Your camera is more clear than my camera. I'm on a nice above average laptop here, and this is the quality that you get from the video.
Is that the new one that you were telling me about that you had built?
No, so I do have a new PC. It's a desktop. This is my wife's laptop that I run out here to do live in the over here at the reloading bench. I'm out in the garage right now. But I do have a new PC, and I got it set up as of this week, and I'm going to be taking some pretty big steps in editing. So
I might have to start sending you my files and give you my passwords and stuff, and have you just upload for me.
So I'm actually thinking about doing that annual membership for Premiere.
Mm-hmm.
It's like $250 a year, and I've used it before. Because we used to have a family YouTube channel back like when vloggers were a thing. I mean, they're still a thing, but like we had a family YouTube channel, and I really loved so like I'm a small business owner. Like I have employees and I have small children, but like I don't really get a creative outlet, and I never realized how much I enjoy. That's why I make YouTube videos. It's a creative outlet. I love doing it. I like adding the music. And I had a lot of fun editing. We have so many great videos of like our kids when they were super little, and I mean they're 6 and 9 now, so they got birthdays.
Could have been the next Off the Ranch.
I started my channel about the same time he started that one.
So you could have been the next Off the Ranch. This one could have been Demo Ranch, and be up to 14 million subs combined.
We did it for a while. It never grew past like 500 or 600 subs. And I wasn't doing it for subs. I was doing it for us as a family. So, and I'll tell you, the kids still go back and watch those that we watch.
Is it still active?
It's like really nice home videos that like, instead of like, you have to like fast forward through all the crummy parts when you had like the old VHS going. This was like, it's already edited. It's only the highlights. Like it's fun to go back and look at them. We go back and look at them all the time. just kind of see what the kids were at those stages, because we did it for like 3 years. So
That's wild.
little boy was just the little eagle was just a baby.
Yeah, like I'm good friends with Matt over at Demo Ranch and Off the Ranch, and like watching his kids grow up, like it's different.
Isn't that
Like
cool?
it is, and it's totally different because like the way I know Matt and his kids versus the way everybody else has seen his kids grow up, like I don't know, it's just weird, like that they're that damn big.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's doing that tactical. I'm gonna drink some scotch.
yeah, go for it.
He's doing that little bunker vault thing, and he got some prepper food in, and he knew his oldest girl would turn her nose up at it. She sure did.
Well, so like I'm stealing one of his ideas that he did, like the rubber stall mats. That's a brilliant idea for a vault.
Are they like
I never thought about that. Do what?
Are they like $20 a mat?
They're about $50 a mat.
Oh, are they? Okay.
But I mean, it's 4 foot by 6 foot. I mean,
it's a big chunk. Yeah.
And for the fact of the cost of some of my rifles, I don't care what it costs.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get some of that stuff and throw it down. Like, granted, my house will probably smell like a rubber factory or a condom factory for a little while, but trade-offs.
Yeah.
So just kind of is what it is, I guess. But
so I have I've turned in. I used to have a ton of freedom in my schedule, and I used to be able to do a bunch of stuff during the week. And now we're so busy that I've turned into this weekend warrior type. So I used to hate those guys at Home Depot on a Saturday, but I've turned into the Home Depot guy on a Saturday, running up there, getting my stuff for the weekend projects. And I'm redoing the backyard. I sent you a picture.
That looks really good too. That looks super good, dude.
Yeah,
like from somebody that did lawn care and landscaping for as many years as I did, that looks good. Yeah, for a weekend warrior, that looks pretty good.
So I did it it was actually completed several years ago, but I just went back and dug out in between the rocks and redid all the good stuff down inside, like crushed granite stuff down inside there.
Did you do crushed granite or
it's decomposed granite, I think is what it's called.
That looks super good, dude. Like, I was pretty impressed when I saw that. And it's got limestone. Is that limestone or is that
no, it's a Texas rock. I forget what it's called.
It kind of looks a little bit like a sandstone or a sheetrock.
Yeah. It kind of chunks off like shale a little bit.
I'll send you a picture of some of the stuff whenever we get off here. I'll send you a text over of some of the stuff that I built on my lawn care and landscape, like some of the staggered flower beds. I did a retaining wall last year, so I haven't been in business doing it in 3 years now. But one of my old clients that I built, we're talking it was 140 foot long retaining wall, and then it staggered down in 5 different sections. They called me last year before, one of those. Part of the wall had fallen, and they called me and asked me to rebuild it. And I got in there with Bobcat, ripped everything out, started all over, and it was a 9-day difference. I mean, it was super cool, like super satisfactory seeing stuff like that progress. But then it's also one of those things, like my crew and my people were out there, and we spent tons of blood, sweat, and tears out there building that thing.
Yeah.
And then I ripped it all out and I rebuilt it all myself. And because I mean, when I closed up the landscape business, like, I don't want to be that guy, but it's not like I can pay somebody when I'm not open.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So. Well, I've put we've got 8-foot privacy fence now around the back, and I'm going to do a bunch of flower beds. I don't know if you know this, but I'm a Texas master gardener.
Are you?
I don't know if I told you that. Yeah.
Maybe you did.
I wanted to get into that for a couple of reasons. The main one was I wanted to just get really good at growing food. So I have a bit of a prepper streak in me, and I wanted to get better at the vegetables, and so I dug into that. It was a large undertaking. I did that in the year 2020 or 2019, and I got done right before all the COVID stuff happened, and I wanted to just grow vegetables, fruits, lettuce, and I have lettuce growing on my front patio in between the flowers, and I can go out there and harvest lettuce. And
You're drinking scotch. I'm drinking Dr. Pepper.
I got a San Pellegrino here next.
There you go.
I like those. But I got some potatoes that are going in. I'm gonna grow a big bucket of potatoes. So anyway, landscaping and all that stuff just kind of comes with the territory for the garden stuff. But
and I think firearms and landscaping go hand in hand too. A lot of people might say that's an oxymoron saying that, because one's very destructive and one's very constructive. But it's the thing of doing something with your hands and working it up here and taking it from up here and going down and portraying it in an absolute 100% faction. Does that make sense?
I like figuring that stuff out. I consider myself a tinkerer, but there's a lot to figure out.
I mean, I've done some serious damage on some yards before when I first started doing it, and I got a bobcat in places I shouldn't have, and tore shit up that like insurance had to pay out. I think the first year that I ever got a bobcat, I want to say insurance had to pay out like $43,000 worth of claims on shit that had broke, because I was young, I was naive. I was like, I can do this.
Right.
You know how it is when you're in your mid-20s.
Oh, you can do no wrong.
Yeah. You ain't gonna tell me nothing. Yeah, you ain't gonna tell me shit. But I mean, it's a lot of work. Like, that's kind of the thing that people don't realize. And that's the one thing I like about living where I live is now, like the area I live in, if I want to do landscaping for somebody, like people know how to get a hold of me that live in this area, but I can pay a premium. I can charge a premium cost because you're bringing me to do this. I'm not coming to you to do it.
Yeah. You asked me.
Yeah. And most of the people, when I do work for them like that, I don't know, it's hard to explain, but like you judge a lot by the exterior of a house. Yeah. And if the exterior of a house looks,
if it's well kept and clean and
bougie. That's what I was trying to think. Then you know that they're not really going to fuss about if I tell you it's a $10,000 retaining wall. You're not really going to fuss about it, but you have somebody that, let's use for example, just bought their house. It's a little run down. They're trying to fix it up, but they need a retaining wall because water keeps coming in on their kitchen. And you're like, oh, it's $10,000. Oh, I'm not paying you that. Labor cost of parts is only $4,000.
It's all time.
Yeah.
All right, let's hop in here and go down our list a little bit here.
Alrighty.
You were wanting to. I heard just today. I didn't know this. I heard today that you shot in a match yesterday, or was it Friday?
Yeah. It was yesterday. It was Saturday.
Match.
Yeah, I shot a IDPA pistol match, coming third national.
Ooh, I didn't know it was pistol.
Yeah, it was IDPA pistol.
So that's where you're moving. You're moving through the barricades. You've got so many shots on so many targets and a couple positions.
Going through the barricade, shooting movers, clearing. Like you've got a shoot house that you have to clear and stuff like that. There's about 300 shooters. I took third.
Oh, nice. So what gun did you shoot?
I shot my new Canik SFX.
You took the new one out.
Yeah, I mean, got to break it in somehow.
So your first shots through that gun were under competition? No,
the first shots through that gun were the video I posted.
Okay.
Okay, little unknown fact about me. Like, I don't record my videos the day that they post.
Right, okay.
I try to record a week in advance on everything. Yeah. Now, the Canik's a little bit different because I picked that up on Friday morning, I think. Went down to the pistol range, shot it at the pistol range, downloaded my entire video on my phone, got to work, and went to work, got home, edited my video, uploaded it, set a release date,
All
and
right.
took off. So it's a little hard sometimes for me. Like, my match schedule is crazy. Just like you, as an independent business owner, you understand when somebody says life is crazy.
Yeah.
So not everything is like live time recorded that day. This is what happened that day. And that's kind of the thing that makes it a little difficult, is putting my matches on my channel. It's hard to, gun owners are very fickle people. Not everybody wants to be on camera. Not everybody wants to be recorded. So it's hard to set up my entire camera and everything at a match when I've got 2 minutes at this stage, 2 minutes at that stage,
Right.
and there's 10 people and you got to move. Like, it's a lot harder than what people realize, because it takes time to set up your camera, get your frame right, everything like that.
Right. It's a whole nother thing. So how I've done a couple of like trainings for some of these matches. I've never actually shot in a match before.
Go shoot a match.
I need to. It would be super fun. I'm hoping to have some more hobby times here soon. If I get time, I usually like to just go to the range and test something that I've made. But so, are you shooting 9mm? Is it 9mm out of there?
Yeah. Canik only did one pistol that wasn't 9mm, and it was a 40 cal. It was Canik.
So all Canics are 9s.
Yeah, Canik is a 9mm.
I think it was your own loads.
No, I was actually running Remington PMC, I think, because I needed brass.
Oh, yeah,
I think that's what it was. Either PMC or UMC, whatever the Remington is, the green box.
Yeah.
I've got it in the cabinet over there.
I think it's PMC, yeah. Are most of those guys that are shooting this, are they picking up their brass and reloading?
Yes. So my load that I generally load for my 9mm is 147 grain projectile running 862 feet per second.
That's that chub they call, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's real soft shooting.
Super soft shooting. And that's kind of the thing that spoils me a little bit on.
So this stuff probably felt pretty spicy.
Oh, yeah. Like, even in that video, like, I was shooting some of that Remington UMC, PMC, whatever it is, in that video, because I just picked up a case while I was out. I found a case of it, and I was like, that's mine. You're coming with me.
Yeah.
And because I needed the brass, and I'm not going to break it down. I mean, I guess I could, but that's a waste of 115 grain projectile. So why not just shoot it and deal with the spiciness?
Yeah.
But go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say there's a rule about the weight and the velocity. Am I right?
Weight, velocity, and speed
has to equal a certain number, right?
Yeah. I run the outlaw division, which I have a minimum speed of 820 feet per second, I think.
So do they actually chrono you before you go, or what?
They can.
It's like a challenge?
Yeah, so they can chrono you. Like, if somebody sees you clear a stage in like 4 seconds, that's taking everybody else to do 35 seconds.
They might do it.
They're gonna chrono you. Yeah, like, they're gonna be like, I want to see his loads. Because for one, clearing a stage that fast, I mean, don't get me wrong, like, there's some fast people in these in the outlaw divisions. Like, for me to take third, I was separated by like 1.3 seconds between third and fourth. So and then it was a 2-second lead for first. So it wasn't a lot of, I mean, we all shot perfect scores. It literally came down to time. And that was the first pistol match I'd shot. Shit. Besides that 2-gun match, that was the first time I'd shot a pistol in 2 years.
Oh
So
wow.
I'm really rusty with a pistol, like extremely rusty with a pistol. And then that's why I did that video on Friday of the new Canic. And like you can see on that video how rough I was. Like I think I ended up going through 250, 300 rounds that day.
Well, that's nice to have that on video. You can kind of see where you progressed from.
Yeah, and it's wild because like I threw a red dot on there. I've never shot a pistol with a red dot. Never have I ever. So it was a learning curve there. And then the way that canic fits in my hand versus all my other canics is totally different because it's a longer frame. The trigger's a little bit better in this than the standard canic, but it's not better than my match canic.
Yeah.
Quotes.
Right.
Um, it's not better than that, but this thing is way lighter, way snappier. Like you
Nice.
can definitely see it in the video, like how snappy it really is. But I think it weighs like 2.3 pounds with full mag. It's super light. Maybe it's 3.2 pounds. If somebody's in the comments and can look up what the Canic SFX weighs with an empty mag,
Yeah.
that'd be cool. I don't know how many people are watching.
I don't know that I can tell. I don't know that I can tell. Maybe a 4 or 5 or something. I can look here. My phone says 4.
Okay.
I don't know who they are though because they're not saying anything in the chat here. I guess we're
I
not
know
really asking any questions, but
I know
okay.
John
So
here.
yeah, I think John's still on here. So the next thing on my list here is the 80%. I know you're not into 80%, but I'm a huge 80% fanboy, and I wonder how much of this I can. I'm going to show just a piece of this so you can see what color it is. Can you tell what color that is?
That's pink.
That's pink. So there was a sale on some of these lowers, and I grabbed more than one. I won't say how many. I grabbed more than one, and
Nothing
I
wrong
got
with that.
$25.
That's cheap. I
Yeah,
might should get into 80% before Monday, but it's too late now. I'm not worried about it.
yeah,
Like,
it's polymer, and I do have a jig that I can use that makes it pretty quick, and they come out really nice out of the jig. I can do aluminum ones, or of course I can do polymer ones in this jig. The polymer ones go really fast because you don't have to take as many steps down.
mhm.
You can kind of skip some steps because
Does it
it's
not heat it up?
no.
Oh,
The first one I did was on one that was already kind of butchered because I tried to do it by hand with a drill press, and I zipped through it, and it's perfect. I mean,
cool.
I didn't even take my time on it. So the big news is the White House has asked for the ATF to put a ruling out on 80%. We were expecting this in June or July, and about a month ago, they ramped up the timetable and said, expect something in April. And so they didn't know if it was going to be April 1st. April 1st came and went. No one was really saying anything. No one really knew anything. And then there's a couple of you've probably seen John Crump's channel before.
Yeah, I follow John Crump. Never met him, but I follow him. Yeah.
There's several. He's one of several who have reported that the White House has invitations out to some anti-gun Congress people, as well as a couple of groups to be at the White House. I believe it's 10 a.m. on Monday. The expectation is they want those people there when they make this announcement so they can get their photo op. And so we're expecting Monday. That will be 4/11, April 11. We're expecting a ruling. And what this is going to do, it's really not that big of a deal. I mean, it's a gun law, so it is a big deal, but it won't be the end of the world for P80s, at least in my opinion. I have no knowledge other than my observation of what's been going down. But the expectation is that they'll have to be serialized, which requires them to go through an FFL before they can be shipped to your door. Well, you couldn't ship it to your door. If it goes to the FFL, you have to go pick it up, of course.
Yeah.
and that requires your forms and that sort of thing. Some states, like Maryland, for example, have some heightened things where they actually have to put you on. I think they're calling it a registry. I mean, gun registries are kind of a bad word for us, but if they're checking stuff and if you're filling out paperwork, you got to assume that there is a registry. Allegedly,
No,
it's not searchable, but there's been,
no piece of paper that we've ever filed is not searchable.
yeah,
Just remember that. Like, so I don't know how Texas is, but Kentucky, when I do my 4473,
yeah.
I hand them my concealed carry, they check it, they look at it, they check the paperwork, and I leave.
But
Is
you
that how
still got to
Texas
fill
is?
out that stupid form, though, right?
Yeah, I still have to fill out the
Yeah,
4473, but the Kentucky State Police, they run our continual background check
right.
every 30 days. But Kentucky has some of the strictest concealed carry laws. Like a minor traffic violation yanks my concealed carry.
Oh, really?
Oh, dude, it's crazy.
Well, there's reports about misdemeanors coming up and taking away gun rights. There are reports of that.
Well, they don't take away your gun rights. They take away your right to have a concealed carry and not have to go through. So, like the advantage with concealed carry here, even though we're constitutional carry, like Texas is constitutional carry, right?
Only recently, but yes.
So the advantage there versus constitutional carry and concealed carry is in the state of Kentucky, only in the state of Kentucky. Like when I fill out a 4473, I literally present my concealed carry. They check the paperwork and they check my license with the address and everything, and I leave.
Right.
Like there's no, I don't have to do a NICS check. I don't have to do an FBI check or anything like that. But now if I go to Tennessee to buy a firearm, I have to go through their checks, even though I'm a Kentucky concealed carrier.
Okay.
But I'm right on the Kentucky-Tennessee border, so like Kentucky and Tennessee have some really weird laws on border counties. Like, so with me living on the border of Kentucky and Tennessee, either one of my kids can go to Kentucky or Tennessee schools for college and pay in-state tuition. Doesn't matter.
Oh, okay.
Which is pretty cool. Like if you're, I don't know, I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't know what either one of my kids will go to college for, but
On the bottom of all frames that come out is this panel.
Mhm.
This panel has been there for a good while, and when you purchase an 80% from several of the reputable people that are out there, when you purchase P80, sometimes the websites will offer you the option of getting it serialized. But at the time when you were getting it serialized, they would still have to ship it to, to an FFL at that point, even though it was still an 80%, it had not been completed. Hey, it looks
you know
like
what?
Mr. ME is here. He's got
You
bad
know,
internet.
do you know what brand firearm does not serialize their frames?
I don't know.
Century Arms.
Oh, because they have an import number.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they have an import number.
Yep.
Yeah. I had the one gun that I sold that I regret selling, that I wish I could get back, and I look all the time to replace it, but I haven't found one yet. The Beretta PX4 Storm, the pistol caliber carbine that took Beretta mags. I sold that and I shouldn't have. I want it back. But it was a Century Arms import, and it had a Century Arms stamp on it.
Now I don't know what's going to happen with Century Arms with the new import tariffs. I don't know. They just released a new pistol on import, so I don't know exactly what's going to happen with that. Because there's new tariffs on imports. My hair is doing something funky. I had to work on my gutters today. But they're doing something funky with all these imports. So I don't know what's going to happen there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I love Canic, man. Like I'm a Canic fanboy.
You have a T-shirt yet?
No, but I have been to their training camps.
You need a T-shirt.
Yeah, I need to. I'm in so many Canic groups on Facebook and Instagram and Sniper's Hideout and all those places. I'm in so many Canic groups,
Oh,
and
nice.
like Canic owners are a breed of their own. Like I can't even explain it. I don't know. Some of them are super wild. Like some of the shit I've seen on some of these groups, it's like, what in the world? But
Yeah, I've never been in there. John says John's waiting for something to happen. Sorry, John. Do you want me to sing and dance or something for you? Um, he's watching other stuff until things happen. Oh, dang, we got pressure now. What are we gonna do to impress John here?
I don't know. Did you give away all your giveaways?
I do have a where'd it go? I got another frame to hand out. I have not sent I forgot who won the last one.
I think it was ME, wasn't it?
It was who?
ME, wasn't it?
Oh,
Because he won something.
Andy. Yeah, I have not sent him his yet, but I do have another one. I can do a giveaway. There's only a couple people in here though, so maybe we should wait. But
I don't know. Does John have Glocks?
John H, do you have Glocks? I was gonna see if I had if I could find a Canic one for you. I'll print you one if I can find one. I haven't fired up the printer in a couple weeks.
Print two of them.
Okay, you want two of them? Okay. All right.
In case I break them.
Okay, so while we're talking about firearms and Glocks and such here, the next thing on my list is one of the things that like I'm a big fan of is redundancy in systems. And I feel like anything that I put my time into, I want to make it where it's set up. I know that you can get bogged down on that detail of getting things set up, but I like for things to have I like for things to be a certain way and for them to have some congruency to them. And so why I was a big fan of Beretta is part of the reason. Beretta 92 mags are so easy to find. They're everywhere. All of those things. I was a big fan of Beretta for that reason. And then when I got into more ARs, I was just like, well, I got my AR and then I got my Beretta mag and I'm good to go between those two. And then I found that there was a company that made the mag base that would go into an AR, a standard AR lower, and allow you to run Beretta mags for your 9mm Berettas. And then I thought, man, if I could make up a kit to keep in the truck that was a maybe a 10-inch or an 8-inch upper with a 9mm AR that took Beretta mags, and then I had one of my 92s in there, I would have redundancy between the mags. Both guns would take the same mag, shoot the same bullet, and I could have a little bit extended range with the AR platform. And then, so anyway, I was way into that. And then a couple years ago, I got into the P80s, and I was never a Glock person, but now I don't own a Glock, but I have Glocks, right? And so I have made 2 ARs that take Glock mags. One of them is done, one of them is not done. One of them shoots and everything's fine. And I'm also reloading for that as well. So I wanted to find a 9mm load for my reloading that would shoot in both the pistol caliber carbine, and then also fire in my handguns. And so I found a load that I like that works and everything so far. And I've got the redundancy that I was seeking, but I had to leave Beretta in order to do that. I think that I would like Canic, but my hangup has been, you remember us talking about Grendel last week, and that I didn't really want to branch out in calibers because I like things to say concise. Well, that redundancy happens to me in calibers as well. I don't want to branch out of a handful of calibers because I don't really want anything oddball, because I am not necessarily a hunter. I do like to shoot pigs, but mostly I like to target shoot, and then I like to have firearms for self-defense. And as a bit of a prepper, I like to have firearms for that reason as well. So I had to leave Beretta in order to get everything that I wanted. So I'm a fan of the redundancy, and part of the reason why I probably wouldn't get a Canic is because as I found out tonight from you earlier, that Canucks take a proprietary mag that doesn't really cross over to anything else. And so,
well, they do, but they don't. So my Keltec Sub 2000
yeah.
runs both Glock mags and Canuck mags.
Oh, really? Okay.
It'll actually run both of them, and which is super rad. I love my Keltec Sub 2000. My beard, however, does not.
Yeah.
So when I shoot it, when you guys see me shoot it on my channel, my beard will be twisted like this.
Yeah.
That way I do not catch it in there. I don't know if you've ever shot the Sub 2000.
I haven't, but I have a gun that even the short beard catches on.
Oh, it's brutal. Because the charging handle moves back and forth like a
Reciprocating.
yeah, it's reciprocating a lot like how the Scar is, except for it's down here, like in your, like it's moving down here. So if you're leaned over a little bit, it's like, ching, ching, and there's nothing more painful than just like 2 or 3 hairs
Pulling
getting
beard
caught.
hairs out one at a
And it's
time.
like, God.
Ugh.
Oh, dude, I've had this entire side of my face like stripped off of beard hairs before.
I find that they catch in AR collapsing stocks as well.
Yeah. Well, that's why I put the cheek pad on my Daniel Defense, is because even that cheek pad, like when I lay next to it on my cheekbone here, somehow or another, like my beard would wrap around the tightener thing.
Yeah.
And like I'd go to get up and it'd be like,
right.
No, you're not leaving yet.
Oh. So there's enough guys that have beards that shoot. We need some products for this. I've considered like putting some electrical tape around that little gap so that my beard can't get caught in there. But then it makes the stocks no longer collapsible.
Yeah, and that's kind of the problem. Like beard game and shooting go hand in hand with each other and stuff like that. But I've
never seen anyone market a product for that.
I don't know that you could. I don't know how you could, to be honest with you.
In this world where everything exists, it seems like that should exist. There's your Shark Tank product right there.
Shit, I used to work for Mark that was on Shark Tank. Is that his name? The one that owns the
Mark Cuban is the Texas guy.
Yeah, he owns Camping World too. Yeah, he owns Camping World also.
Oh, okay.
I worked there as a third-party liaison for a little while. Never met Mark, but it was here local. But it was a decent company. They're super liberal though. Like they used to sell firearms and stuff, and like now they don't anymore.
Yeah.
And, like super progressive liberal. So I don't know how that would go over on Shark Tank, to be honest with you.
No firearm. We need a firearm Shark Tank. That's what we need.
Yeah. I've got some wild ideas that I would put on a Shark Tank for firearms, like 9mm where the barrel is cut off and the projectile is like an inch behind it. Call it the snubby.
Oh.
Or call it the nubby, because that's what you're going to be afterwards.
Don't put your finger out there.
No, like it kills me when I see people shooting like these 4.5-inch 300 blackouts. I'm like, what are you doing with your life? Like, I value my fingers too much. I don't understand it. Like, what's the point in a 4.5-inch 300 blackout if it's not suppressed?
Right.
Or a 6.5-inch 5.56. It's like, what in the world?
All right, so Mr. Emmy is helping us out here. He says we need a stock gator. It's a beard blocker.
So I wear, like, everybody talks crap about me at all my matches, but I wear a neck gaiter. Even before COVID, like I wore a neck gaiter the entire time when I shot a match. Like,
was it for the beard or what was it for?
For the beard and keep the sun off my face.
Right.
I've got super pale skin. I have super pale skin and I burn super easily. So I'm very frail and very fragile in the sun. So I've got a lot of money in my arms, and I don't want them destroyed because of the sun. So like I wear, even in the summertime, people will see me upload videos wearing a hoodie because I don't want sunburn. My skin is so sensitive to the sun. It is crazy. Like everybody talks about how I've got to wear SPF 20 sunscreen. Get out of here. I have to wear like SPF 60, SPF 65. Like I look like paste
You get
when
the white zinc just on your nose, just the white old
yeah.
school.
Yeah, and like what's wild is like my hair will turn like bleach blonde white in the
Yeah.
summer, but like the top of my head doesn't get burnt. But like my arms and my legs, I can't do it. Like I have to wear a hoodie. Like all my family gets so frustrated at me when they see me and it's 110 degrees outside and I'm wearing a hoodie.
Right.
They're like, "What is going on right now?" And I'm sweating like a hooker in church. And it's rough. Like being super pale skin is rough.
Michael Dunn is here. What's up, Michael? So Emmy is complimenting your beard here, and then he was also telling John that he won. He previously had won some ammo boxes I sent him, and then last week he won a stand, which I have not sent you your stand yet. We can give away a stand here in a little bit. I can print a couple more. This is just a Glock stand. It's nice to have. I've got 3 or 4 of them. I use them all the time. I've got one on the on my desk that just holds a really fancy printed lower that I haven't made into anything yet.
See, I've never understood 3D printing. I've got a lot of friends that do it. Well, I say I don't understand it, but I had a friend of mine 3D print my case feeder for my progressive press
Oh
because
yeah.
I'm actually very cheap. Little known fact about me. And he 3D printed that for me and it works great. Absolutely phenomenal.
Well, there is if you don't have a 3D printer, you can go to Etsy and punch in virtually anything, and someone's printing it and selling it on Etsy. I bought a couple of 3D printed things like that before I had a 3D printer. We got one for Christmas. It was actually my daughter's Christmas gift from Santa. She asked for it.
That's dope.
So I told her that I would buy her filament if she would let me print stuff. And then
that's awesome.
First thing that we printed, I was printing Glock frames.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I made a really cool ammo box. I need to print some more of those because they're I don't think I have it down here.
You should 3D print you some rifle holders to like on your backdrop back there when we do lives. Mount like some of your ARs up there.
Yeah. And then I think I showed you this. I printed this
pistol grip.
Yeah, and it's 0 degree or whatever. It's straight down, and it has the
thumb rider.
Yeah, where the thumb goes to the opposite side to rest.
Yeah, you'll like that. It's a learning curve getting used to it, but once you get used to it, you'll love it.
I need to install this.
I'm telling you, on something that you want to make smooth, precise shots with.
Like my Creedmoor build.
Yeah, you want to just be very methodical. It's going to be a learning curve. Like it's going to be a little bit different, but like we're going to pretend like this is a pistol grip, but it's a set of calipers. Like the pistol grip. When I'm shooting, like my fingers are just floating. I'm not even touching. I just have my finger in the trigger well and I'm floating over the grip. I don't even touch my grip because I don't want that little bit of movement in there.
Yeah.
And ME said that, you were telling me that, that he doesn't want to shoot against the bearded guy. I have a rule for every single one of my matches, and I told John this either last night or yesterday or one of those days. I don't remember. That my rule for matches are don't DQ, have fun, don't come in last, and be safe. That's my entire rules. I don't care about my points. I don't care if I hit. I don't care if I miss. If I'm gonna miss, I'm gonna miss huge. Like, I'm not gonna miss by a little bit. I'm gonna absolutely miss by a few feet and just have fun.
Yeah.
I don't even check my scores. Like, I'll be at a match and I'll see people every stage they're checking their scores, getting stressed out, watching their rank fall. And I'm just like, whatever. When it's done and it's over with, like, you're not gonna change it.
Right.
So why care? Like, I know that sounds very naive of me to say it that way, but because maybe not naive, but very full of myself saying it that way. Maybe that's the right word. Because I do have first place national trophies and first place regional trophies and world champion trophies and stuff like that. But I really don't care. Like, when I go to a match, I just go to have fun. And I think that's what progressed me to the level that I'm at, is just having fun.
Yeah, that's good. There's like anyone who's competing at a high level, they have their things that get them there, carry them there, keep them there.
Like, I wear like, obviously my earmuffs, but I listen to music in one ear. Like,
nice.
I'm a big like rock person, like hardcore screamo, angry music. I call it angry white people music because generally it's white people that listen to it. I mean, it's pretty stereotypical. But I don't mean it that way. But anyways, I just call it my angry white people music, and I just go listen to my music, have fun. When one earbud dies, I switch it to the other ear.
Yeah.
And just listen to music the entire match. And that's how I get through it. Like, I can still have a conversation because I can still hear out of one ear and just have fun. Honestly, like, that's the best advice I know to give anybody, is you just have to go and have fun. Who cares what place you come in? Because my very first match, I got humbled. I mean, straight up humbled. I was like, I'm this great shooter. Nope. I got humbled. And now I'm the exact opposite. Like, I don't, like, yeah, it's cool being up on that podium when you see your name up there or they announce your name. This guy came in first. Like, that's super cool. But at the end of the day, you have your 5 seconds of fame and then it's done. Like, even now, like, when matches are over, I generally, like, I don't go to the prize table really anymore. Like, if I'm like top 3, I'll go and, like, let's say, we'll use for example, your kid was there, and we know that your kid is getting into it, and I want a rifle, and I see a reloading press up there. I'm gonna go get the press,
Right.
and then I'm gonna give that stuff to your kid, or I'm gonna set up a bundle for the next match that I see you and your kid at. Like, especially if you're running the circuit, like how I am, you're at every match every month or every 2 weeks, whatever. Like, I'm gonna set up this bundle, and then by the end of the season, like, your kid is going to be set up to go. Or let's use it for let's say somebody doesn't have any money and they're running, let's say their grandpa's Remington 700 and 308, and they keep having issue after issue after issue. But I want a 60T, and I want dies, and I want a primer feeder, and I want a powder dispenser and a reloading press. I'm going to set all that up for that person. And then at the next big match, like, I'm going to give it to them before the match, have their ammo loaded for them, and let them go to town.
That'll be fun.
Like, I've won optics that way.
Here, do you know this guy? AR Guns?
I do not.
He does a lot of live streams, and he has super nice equipment and interviews a ton of people and runs a really good show. And I'm a little embarrassed that he's on here now because I don't have any nice equipment. I got we got stock audio here. I don't even know if you can hear me, all that good stuff. But he's a good guy. He's friends with my buddy Echo, that really helped me with reloading last summer when I first started. I'm just coming up on my first year of reloading, so
I mean, it takes time. Like when I first started reloading, like I jumped into it head first. Like, because when I first started shooting matches, like I never had, I didn't have a mentor to teach me how to reload. I was having to buy my own ammo, got expensive. Then I started talking to other people, and they were like, "Just reload it, just reload it." I don't know what I'm doing. And then I bought my first press and got a reloading Bible and just
yeah.
went to town. And I would go down to Mid South, and there's a guy down at Mid South named Steve, and I would just pick his brain and ask him so many questions. And he would get sick of me, and it was like, dude, you got to go. Because he would get tired of the questions I'd ask him.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm glad you're asking me questions, like, but I'm trying to work. Like, you can't keep following me around asking me these damn questions. You got to figure it out. But he
So
helped me so much.
AR Guns and Echo, they made when I first started, they made it was like a almost like a Zoom where it was just like a chat where it wasn't live or anything. And I just set my camera up and they like walked me through everything live. It was as if they were like in the garage with me. And that was so nice because I had not a single clue what I was doing. So
I
anyway,
can't tell you how many hours on the phone I spent with friends of mine that have been reloading for years. That when I told them I finally bought my first press, and they were like, "Yeah, let me know if you ever need help." And I was like, "I'm taking you up on that." And when I needed help, like I'd call them, we'd be on the phone for 2 or 3 hours. How do I set up this die? What am I doing wrong?
yeah.
And they would just talk to me over the phone, and they'd be like, check your overall length, do this, do that, shim your bushing. This. I'm like, what are you talking about? And a friend of mine come over one day and is like, this is how you shim your bushing. I was like, what?
We got
And
Sergeant Bulldog here.
oh yeah.
And Tim is here. He's been here for a bit. Apparently I think he knows AR. And then don't worry about your audio. Okay, sir. My stock audio is sufficient for now. I do want to upgrade some of that stuff. We were talking about that earlier. I want to upgrade some of it.
I do all mine literally off my cell phone. Um, like all my editing comes off my cell phone. All my audio comes off my GoPro Hero 8. I run one camera. Like, I mean, I'm happy where my stuff is.
That is right, Tim. AR is the dude that does the coffee chats. Coffee chat reloading. He does. I don't know. AR have to tell us. He does us. He has a schedule. Like he's legit with a schedule. He does Tuesdays at this time and Sundays at this time, and he knows when everyone else is doing their live streams too, and so he schedules his so he's not over the top of someone else. And they have a really good community. I feel like I'm a little bit rogue whenever I just you'll text me and be like, hey, can we go live tonight? And I'm like, sure. I don't know if anyone else is live, but we can do it.
Well, and that's my thing. Like we've got a good, I guess, friendship, business relationship, however you want to call it, amongst each other. And I think that's good. Like two different people that have two different styles of backgrounds in shooting, like coming together, because you do more pistol, I do more long range. And there's something said for that. Like even amongst the prepping world or anything like that, of what can you bring with it, you know what I mean? Like you said, you were big into prepping and you like the redundancy. Like that's why I run so many different mechanics, is because it's redundancy, and I've got half a dozen to one mag per pistol. So
earlier, Tim asked if I'm still using the those little reloading bends. They're right there. Mm-hmm. Those are from Harbor Freight, and they tip out. And they're all full of 9mm right now. It holds about 4,000 rounds when it's all full. They're mostly all full now. I need to refill some of those, But
I'm
yeah,
scared.
they're like
Like right now,
piece.
between my reloading for matches and my reloading for practice and everything like that, I'm super hesitant to do a live stream of me reloading because my reloading bench is so cluttered right now. I've
Yeah.
got empty boxes all over the place because I, I fill up I'll go through a box of projectiles or a box of primers and I throw it in a corner of my reloading bench. And I'm like, I'll get it when I get done. Then I don't get it when I get done. And the next time I come down, I'm like, I gotta get those. And I don't get them. And there's shit all over the place over there.
I try to keep that workbench clean, and when I go through and mill out some of these lowers, that makes there is aluminum shavings everywhere. I mean, I can see aluminum glitter like in every direction here, and I don't really. Next time I do that, I'm gonna set a table up outside. I'm gonna do it on the side of the house because that is so stinking
Do you not
messy.
run a vacuum cleaner?
It helps a little bit. I mean, it
Oh,
has an actual port for a vacuum to plug into, and it
yeah.
helps. But like, I dumped the vacuum out, and it was kind of embarrassing how little shavings were in there, considering the amount of metal that I removed. Yeah, Tim, those
Oh,
bins are at Harbor Freight. They have a ton of them. They're like $2 or $3 a piece. I don't. I, I went through, like I feel like I can't really speak for reloaders because I'm barely a reloader, but I feel like I went down this path of trying to find something that would work and was reusable and would keep the dust off of them. Now, obviously, bullets come in a really nice box, like you've got a box that has a clasping lid and it's not airtight, but like bullets come in a box. And so why would you want to step away from this? And so the only reason that you would is for better accessibility, and maybe something that holds a little bit larger quantity. And so I struggled with that. And I did a whole video where I went to the container store, like the fancy container store where they've got plastic bins that are like $59. I went to the container store, did a whole video just looking for things that would help me reloading. And I settled on these from Harbor Freight of all places. Big difference between that and the container store. And I settled on this, and I found that I can tip that out when I'm reloading. That's all 9mm. When I'm reloading 9mm, I can grab a handful. It's a short distance from the bin to my reloading tray, and I can put my little bullet feeding tray, and I can pull, reload, keep my bin full, and when it runs low, I can just dump new stuff in there. They don't seal up, but they do close, and so I'm keeping dust out of there. They're still exposed to air, but I don't know that being exposed to air is that big of a deal until it's been loaded.
so don't judge me, but I will show you my reloading bench.
Bending
Oh,
ballistics exposed.
pretty much.
Hey,
So
you're no one's making
this
you
is my
do this.
reloading bench. Like mine is so full. I've got random bottles of powder. I've got a Dr. Pepper right there. I mean, there's just so much shit all over the place on it. And I don't I've been reloading for so long now that it's like whatever. Like I don't freak out over it. And like you could see my 3D printed case feeder up there.
Yeah.
Like I'm just but once I finish up the vault in there, I'm gonna move like my Lee single stage in there because it's gonna be nice to have a single stage press in there. And then my auto trickler sits underneath my reloading bench because I don't have room on my reloading bench because I have so much crap on it that I don't need.
Well,
It's always something.
I do. I feel like getting stuff up on the wall is going to be helpful. Like
Oh yeah,
you're doing some stuff on the wall, putting those bullet storage up on the wall, getting it up off the bench was great. I've got 12 bins over there. It looks like Tim says he has 25, and he's using them to store all sorts of shotgun wads and shot cards and cast bullets and wax, and looks like he's a bullet caster, which is its own mess in and of itself.
I'm I don't understand bullet casting. Bullet casting people have all the respect in the world from me because I I know it's so cost effective to do it, but getting lead now that doesn't have zinc in it or carbonite or anything like that, super difficult. And bullet casters are in a league of their own. But I would like to cast some solid brass projectiles if it was possible. That I think that'd be super rad.
I
Um,
that's the weeds for me. It's too far. Bullet
too
casting is
bad.
too far for me. I
Well,
I can get two those brass monkey bullets, which I love brass monkey bullets. Those brass monkey bullets, I can get 4,000 brass monkey bullets for a couple $100. Like I'm not gonna cast at that price.
like this 100 round box of Creedmoor projectiles, I think for the case of them, if I would have bought it, was 250. Mad Sexy says hello.
Mad Sexy is one of my OG subscribers from, gosh, I don't even know, like 7 or 8 years ago. What's up, Mad Sexy? I've sent him some stuff before. He's a good dude. He's always commenting. I don't think he's ever seen this. Might actually, Mad Sexy, this might be your face reveal, brother. I don't know that we've seen me. Apparently, zinc bullets are, oh, they're the
The
thing
thing,
right now. Oh, so like all zinc or alloy? I don't know.
I don't know. That's that's something different for me. I respect everybody that does it. Like Acme bullets are great too. Yeah, I've ran Acme 9 mil bullets. Um, Casting guys are in a league of their own. Um, like I worked in an aluminum manufacturing company before, like long time ago. Like I had just turned 18, and I seen like how dangerous it is, like melting aluminum. Like I saw a guy get one of the big casting tanks that we would dump all the molten aluminum in and transport it to an extruder. I
Like
watched a chain.
crucibles or whatever. Yeah, those big giant
I watched,
buckets.
yeah, and I watched a chain snap on one side of it as a guy went under it with the forklift
Oh,
and poured on him. Oh, dude, I've seen some wild stuff. Like that's what told me like I don't want to do this anymore. And then I went into law enforcement as soon as I could. Like as soon as I could, I went into it and then did that for a while, and then was like, you know what, this ain't for me. Went back to school for engineering, and I am where I am now. And I don't regret any of it, but I'm just like, man, the shit I've seen, the shit I've done. I should write a book. And I've asked my oldest sibling or oldest half sibling if he was going to write a book, and because he's been in the Army Rangers, 13th, 14th Battalion for years. I mean, at least 20 years now. And like I'll text him all the time when that's yeah, I believe it left a little bit of a mark, but every time I win a match or every time I place high in a match, like I always let him know that like
he's got some
this
stories to tell.
yeah, I mean, but he's so relaxed about it, and I think when he comes home this time on um leave, we're gonna do a sibling rivalry match. We're gonna call it sibling rivalry. Just just the two of us be like, who's better, the pro shooter or the Army Ranger?
That'd be fun.
I mean, he was into the long range stuff with the Rangers, and stuff like that, and it's super cool talking to him and like because now he doesn't do the long range stuff anymore, but um, talking to him now. Thanks for the subscription, Tim. Um, like talking to him now, it's like, man, the shit he's seen and the stuff he's done, and like I've shot way further distances than he has, and it's like, man, I don't I don't know how to put into realization like it's one thing to say, yeah, I've shot 2 mile shots. It's one thing to say that I'm doing world records, like, but it's another thing when that stuff runs in your family. Like, um, grandparents were into that stuff, and great grandparents were doing it during like World War I. So like, I was bred into this, and I've went a completely different path with it. Instead of going military, I went law enforcement, then I went pro shooter level, and it's way different now. Like when he's seen my competition rifles now, he's like, man, that's a space shuttle of an optic.
Exactly.
Like even my grandparents, when they've seen them, they're like, man, that's space shuttle optic.
Yeah.
Because like now it's the normal for us, but for
Yeah,
them,
it's so advanced. Yeah.
yeah.
The
And it's like,
technology is crazy.
and like he runs MOA and I run MRAD. And so like I'm calling my shots and calling off my MRAD off the top of my head. And he's doing the exact opposite with MOA, and we're like matching shot for shot. So yeah, I think when he comes back here, whenever he comes home from overseas, like we're gonna have to do a sibling rivalry match. I've already talked to him about it and been like, look, we're gonna do this.
Heck yeah.
Like I've got a rifle he can run. He's like, I'll just bring his 300. We'll do his 300 versus my Creed, and then switch in the middle.
I agree, Michael. Casting is too deep in the rabbit hole for me. I cannot get there from here. Someone said there's a bunch of bullet manufacturers out there. So one, I'm a fan of Brass Monkey bullets. I've also shot berries and some more generically available stuff. I've wanted to try that blue bullet. Have you seen those guys?
No, but I've been looking a lot into the synthetic bullets, especially for like IPSC and IDPA and stuff like that, because and like still challenge matches, like I've been really looking into the stuff like that.
Are people running those there? You see guys
Yeah.
running them?
Oh yeah. And Rocky Mountain reloaders and all those guys, like I'm running
Yeah.
all that. I've run all that stuff, and I want to say the best ones that I have found have been the berries, copper plated match open or solid copper match hollow point.
Mr. Tactical Fud is here. What is up, Tactical Fud? I have definitely seen you on some stuff before. How are you, sir?
So
Mr. Bolda or Sergeant Sergeant. Does SM stand for something? SM Sergeant?
Sergeant Major.
Oh, I don't know that stuff. Okay. Yeah, I saw an email from Rocky Mountain. They have some blims. I got that email the other day. Yeah, definitely good to have Tactical Fud here. What are you guys doing? So we've got 10 in here right now. Let's do a quick giveaway. I'm going to give everybody a second to get their chat up because this is going to be the first person who posts this. Now, some of you will have an advantage over some others of you, but coolest name on, yes. Oh, Senior Master Sergeant. That's what it is.
Oh, sorry.
Senior Master Sergeant. Mr. AR Guns has got us.
Oh.
Okay, so I'm going to give away, I guess if you don't have a Glock, then you don't want to enter this. That's up to you. Or if you win, maybe I can print you something else. But I'm going to give away a Glock stand. This is just a 3D printed Glock stand. And here's what I'm looking for in the comments. I need to know if you have... Yeah, okay, so Michael's saying blue bullets too. How have you not seen those blue bullets? I feel like those are all those competitive guys have those.
Maybe I have. I like Mad Sexy's answer though. I can't afford a Glock either. I shoot Canning.
Okay, so here's the trivia question. This is going to be very easy for some of you. This is going to be very difficult for some of you. I need to know which we're going to do, this is going to be a Glock question for you. I need to know, first person who can say this, who can tell me which caliber This is like a Glock number caliber thing. So I'm going to say the Glock number, and you got to tell me what caliber it is. Some of you will have this. It's going to be super easy. I need to know which caliber is a Glock 32.
10 millimeter.
Oh, you told him the answer.
Is it right? Is that right?
He says, let's see who's going to be first. I'm going to pull it up and put it on screen so anyone can fact check me here.
I really don't know. I don't know my Glocks like that. But
oh, well, maybe he's wrong. No, you're not correct, by the way.
Okay.
Oh, see, you got some people following you here. The Glock 32.
It is not a 10 millimeter.
Not a 10 millimeter.
I want to say it's a. You know what? I'm not even gonna enter this because I done messed everybody up.
So I've got some 10 millimeters. You guys are incorrect. I've got a 40, Sir Michael. No, sir, not a 40. The Glock 32. I do not own a Glock 32, nor would I ever own a Glock 32 because this is on my forbidden caliber list.
45?
That's one of the first ones on my forbidden caliber list. Glock 32. Oh, look, we got a correct answer. I need like a bell ring. The Glock 32 is a 357 SIG.
Oh. I really didn't know what it was. I'm not
AR Guns with the victory. AR, I think you have Glocks, don't you, sir? I will send you a 3D printed. And actually, you know the funny thing? I have AR Guns address too. You don't have to send me your address because I already have it. If anyone wants to email me, eaglerun23@protonmail.com. You can send me an email. AR, you don't need to send me an email. I got your address, buddy. I will send you a bag of our delicious Texas Parks Outlet coffee, as well as your Glock stand.
So
fantastic. I hope John's here. John's been waiting for something to happen. Something just happened, John.
Did John leave? I could text him. No, John's here. 22 long rifle. So I think John has been a huge supporter of my channel. And like he's good people. Like John has reached out to me so many times asking questions and he's just super good people. Like I can't even express like how good of people John is. He lives in kind of a communist state, which kind of sucks, but he is relatively close to where I am. But John is super good people. Like I think a lot of John. Every conversation I've had with him has been good. Louisiana is like that too.
Lots of congratulations for the AR Guns, Mr. AR Guns.
So I'm going to let everybody know, since we have a bunch of people in here, that once I get to 1,000 subs,
oh yeah, you got some things coming.
I will. Once I reach 1,000 subs, somebody is coming with me to a PRS match. So it's going to be a giveaway, but you're going to have to earn it. It's not just going to be a, oh, well, you are my 1,000th sub, you get to come. It's going to be Titus Group at 100 yards, 5 shots. I did that with my giveaway, but I never reached 250 subs. So
are you still under 250?
I'm still under 250. I cannot break that curve of 250.
Well, hopefully a couple people will. You got at least one more tonight.
I am not in California, Mad Sexy. I am in Kentucky, the great state of Kentucky that is suing the U.S. government for our Second Amendment rights. So,
did you see that the great state of Texas is now putting
y'all are joining us in this fight? Same with Nebraska and Utah and South Dakota, North Dakota, Minnesota. I think Ohio's joining us. Tennessee's joining us. Georgia.
So Mad Sexy is in California. I've told him to move to Texas several times. I think he's ignoring me. It's hard to just up and move. People say, "Oh, you should move," but like realistically, like if someone told me I had to move, I'd be like, "Well, dang, I can't really move."
Yeah, like I want to move to Texas so bad because there's so many great matches in Texas that I go to that it'd be nice to be close. I've got a lot of friends in Texas, but it's so hard for me to just say, "Oh yeah, let me abandon my job and
Right.
just come." Because I mean, I'm not to the level yet where I'm making money with uh, YouTube and stuff like that. Um, like my big push is getting to 1,000 subs. So everybody in the chats go sub over to my channel. That would be greatly appreciated. Not even gonna lie to you.
Oh, looks like Tim is in Missouri. Missouri.
Yeah, Missouri is not very far from me.
Missouri.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you for the sub. Um,
That's what I forgot. He did tell me why he couldn't move. He's helping with his family.
and you know what? I don't
There's
knock
all
anybody
sorts of
that
reasons. I mean, you can't just leave sometimes. I mean, there has been a mass exodus of people leaving California, and it's like the last one out, turn out the lights. But there's people who just can't move. I mean,
I get it. Like
I
it's the
can't even
same.
move. I want to move out of the city that I'm in. I want to move out of the city that I'm in because it's growing up around me. And I used to be in the country and I'm not anymore. And I want to go a little bit further out of the Metroplex. I'm in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, and I want to get out a little bit further. I have some property that we could move to, but my business is very much geographically located, and I have to be in front of people in order to earn a dollar, and I can't leave. Like I
No,
don't
I
want
get it.
2 hours to work.
Is John a moderator tonight?
Is John a moderator? John is a moderator, yes.
Hey, John, can you post the link to my channel, please?
Let me see who else is a moderator. There's a couple of good people in here I need to make moderators as well.
Um,
We can fix that real quick.
Hold on 1 second, everybody.
Go.
John, I need you. I need you to post the link to my channel, buddy.
Yeah, Mr. ME's up in Wyoming.
Yeah,
And
Wyoming's beautiful country. And I have an Instagram too. I did not comment on this live before we went live, so I'm irresponsible. And is Michael a moderator?
Michael sure could be a moderator. Let's see. Okay. Michael is a moderator. So yeah, if you go to
My page.
yeah, if you go to the Bending Ballistics page, you can copy his YouTube link. If I was a better host, see, Mr. AR Guns is a great host, and he has the links already ready for his guests, and he has posted and ready to go.
So, Mr. AR, yourself, me, Practical Accuracy, all need to do a live together. I've tried to get over to get a hold of him, but he is very difficult to get a hold of. He's like you and myself. We're all busy. We all have kids. We all have lives. And I haven't heard back from him yet. I was not in the military. I was in law enforcement. Thank you, Michael.
There it is.
I was not in the military. I was in law enforcement. A lot of my family was in the military. But I've got 2 siblings that are in the Army. I've got a bunch of other family members that were in the Army, a bunch of uncles that were in the Marines and stuff like that. So I come from a strong military family, but I went law enforcement.
Looks like we got it here, John. I think we got it. I think we got it posted for a link so people can find Bending Ballistics on YouTube. Mad Sexy is asking about the Dylan. So I haven't posted any Dylan videos since Christmas. I haven't reloaded anything since Christmas. I very much need to reload 6.5 Creedmoor. I've got some people who are trying to help me with that. So Yeah, copy and paste it right there. Looks like we've found it here. And yeah, he's a mod. You a sub for as long as you have, you can be a moderator. Okay, we got some subs here for you, sir. Doing
And
good.
then my Instagram, if anybody wants to ask me questions, like I don't care, I'll answer your questions. Just give me time to respond. But it's bending_ballistics on Instagram. I put it in the private chat because I can't seem to figure out how to comment where everybody else is commenting.
Oh, it's because you're in the StreamYard app. You'd have to close it and go to YouTube. That's why. So I have two things left on our list here we need to talk about. One of them is a very personal question, and I don't know if anyone else is going to care about this. Not personal about you personally. It's a personal question for me. It's not necessarily an audience sourced question. How do you torque a barrel nut on an AR-10 platform?
Which AR-10?
This is LR308.
No. Is it an Arrow? Is it a BCM? Is it a?
It is. It's not Arrow. It's
Stag.
Well, the barrel nut is from a Live Free Armory barrel, and the barrel is Ballistic Advantage.
One
I
second.
think it's like 1.25 inches or something.
Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Give me 1 second.
Okay. So I've been fooling with how to torque this thing down, and I believe my 6.5 Creedmoor issues are related to barrel torquage. And
do you have this tool set?
No, but I've seen that.
You need to purchase this tool set.
I've seen that. Does it have AR-10 stuff or just 15?
Well, Arrow uses the same stuff.
Yeah,
as
I don't have Arrow lowers.
No, I know. But so, like a normal one, like my arrows, this is the same. Oh.
So I think Mad Sexy is talking about. So I went on Amazon and I found a little crow's foot because I have a torque wrench. It's a 1/2-inch torque wrench. It's what I use to torque. Because my AR-15 Armorer's wrench has a 1/2-inch drive adapter, so my torque wrench fits into it, and I can torque AR-15s all day long. I got no problem with it. But
because it takes a proprietary barrel nut.
These 10s, I can't. So I'm looking at like crow's feet, like 1/2-inch drive crow's feet on Amazon.
You should have got a barrel nut wrench with your. Actually, when we get done here, you and I, let's jump back on StreamYard and we'll do it private. You and I.
Okay.
You have a reaction one?
So
you need
a
reaction.
If anyone else has, looks like AR has that tool that you're looking at.
This toolkit, I keep it with. So it's gonna sound really stupid, but I keep this toolkit with me every range. So I am a master armor.
Right.
So people do know, like I'm a master armor.
So you're going to get some questions, and the people are gonna ask you some stuff.
I went to school for master armory. I'm a mechanical engineer, and so the mechanics of all this stuff, I cut my own barrels, so on and so forth. So, Arrow does not come with a crow's foot anymore. Arrow barrel nuts are a AR-15 style barrel nut, whether it's AR-15 or AR-10, does not matter anymore. With Arrow, they have gone with one.
Really?
Yep, they have gone with one.
That means that your standard armorer's tool is not going to work on an Arrow AR-15.
Yes, it will. Why wouldn't it?
Because it'd be too small to fit around a 10.
No, it isn't.
Really?
Mine worked for AR-10.
There's a massive difference between mine. So I'm looking for these crow's feet that are just like, the end of this, and they have a 1/2-inch drive socket, so I can fit that around my barrel. Obviously, this is too tiny, but it has a 1/2-inch drive socket.
You
And
got calipers right there?
I'm sorry.
You have calipers and
I
that
do.
pretty close? Is
I have
that pretty
calipers.
close?
But I don't the gun is in my safe, so I can't measure it.
Um,
I think it's an inch and a quarter though, if I'm not mistaken.
Hold on, I've got another one I might be able to send you.
Big.
That would work.
Okay, let's see here. What else do we have? Here's a link. Oh, thank you, John. We're posting to ARs. I appreciate it. Anyone is welcome to post the link to their channel if you make videos. We would love to follow you. That is great. Some handguards. What did he say? Some handguards are proprietary, and you have see. I think that's what I'm running into.
Yeah.
I've got a Live Free Armory. It's a billet match, upper and lower, and I went ahead and went with their handguard because I wanted it to all be matchy. And
They didn't send you a barrel nut with their handguard though?
yeah, you do get a barrel nut with the handguard.
They didn't send you the barrel nut tool?
No, I've never had anyone send me a barrel nut tool.
That's standard across the industry.
I'm not going to say how many AR-15s I've built because I don't admit those things, but I've built more than one, and they've never come with a barrel with a tool. I have an armorer's tool that I use for everything. Yeah.
Thanks for the follow on Instagram, Tim and
So
Mr.
is it a timing issue that I'm having? So no, because this barrel nut is not timed to a gas port or anything. I believe that it's just not tight enough because I'm getting light primer strikes. You and I have talked about this before. I'm telling Mad Sexy I'm getting light primer strikes, and I'm trying to diagnose this 6.5 Creedmoor so I can actually enjoy it because it's been nothing but problems for me.
Can you? It sounds like it's under gas. Is it getting full extraction?
I'm not having any extraction. I have a fully tunable Superlative Arms $75 gas block that I can tune. I'm getting fine extraction. I'm getting light primer strikes.
Okay, this is going to sound really ostentatious, what I'm going to tell you to do. But,
man, I've never got
take out your bolt carrier. And put it in the battery section. And does your firing pin come out? Because I've seen this is not.
It does. It sticks out. It's not much, but it sticks out.
Okay, because a lot of the times what I have seen during COVID-19, especially that I've had to fix, as doing machining, I have had to. There's burrs on the end of the. Help me out here.
On the end of the firing pin?
Yeah.
On the tip?
Yeah. That I've had to actually take out to get it to slide smooth.
So I sent my barrel because I had a chamber issue first. I sent my barrel back to Ballistic Advantage, and they sent me a new barrel back because my barrel was out of spec. So it would not actually chamber 6.5 Creedmoor. It stuck out too far and it wouldn't go into battery. So I sent it in. They warranted it. They sent me a new barrel. I'm fine now. And I did a go, no go gauge, but it was a brand new barrel that they just sent me that they checked out. Everything was fine, go, no go. So I'm now chambering rounds with no problem, but about 1 in every 3 or 4 shots is a light primer strike. And so
are you running factory ammo or hand?
This is factory ammo. I have not reloaded 6.5 Creedmoor yet.
I still think it's the pin, and I don't think it's your barrel nut. Is your barrel loose? Like, can you move your barrel forward and backwards?
No, but listen, I torqued it with a freaking adjustable wrench.
Yeah, but did it torque down to 65 inch-pounds?
I can't get a torque wrench on this duder.
Is it snug? Like, is it super?
It's as tight as I can crank on it where I feel comfortable.
Did it squeak when you tightened it down?
Yes, it feels good.
So
I was satisfied with the level.
That first squeak is normally 53 inch-pounds of pressure. So that tells me that your barrel is tight, especially like if you grab it and it like you can tell when a barrel is loose. Can I show barrels on a live stream?
Eh. Maybe.
I want to get you in trouble.
So I need to probably go through the trigger and make sure that the trigger is fine. I do have a way to test some spring rates on that, and I can do that.
Does yours have this pin?
It does have that pin, yes, the index
Is
pin.
is it indented all the way into your receiver?
Yes.
Okay. This is actually an arrow barrel, just so people are aware. This is my first 308 barrel I ever shot out. It has not become a tomato steak yet into the barrel garden. I've used it for pointing.
Eagle said, or AR says he wants me to call the manufacturer of the handguard. Sometimes they make a tool. Oh, so is it going to be like a little crow's foot thing that I can stick a 1/2 inch torque wrench on?
It's probably going to be a 3/4. All my stuff is 3/4 inch.
Okay. I gotta go here in a minute because I got a bird on the smoker. But okay, gotta go, fellas. Family calls. Thanks for the chat, Tim. Thank you for hanging out, man. We're gonna do a semi-regular, not every week, but we're trying to do some more live streams. Bending Ballistics want to do more lives. I'm wanting to do more lives. And
it seems to be the best way for me to grow my channel. Honestly, is doing lives, and that's my entire goal is to just grow a channel. Like, I'm super humble. I'm a little. That is going to be my new SFX. Is what that is going to be.
So he did a video on that, Michael, that was posted, I believe, earlier today. I haven't watched it yet either. It can be a crow's foot type thing, but it could be another one. They make both. Okay, so I'll probably just order a crow's foot, but if my barrel extension index pin is flush into the receiver cutout, and it feels tight, then it may not be that. So I need to go back to this firing pin.
It's either your firing pin or your trigger is not hitting the firing pin hard enough every time. When it goes to reset, it's not getting a full reset.
So it could be a light primer strike from the hammer spring. It's possible. I did a trigger here. I did a trigger job on this trigger, and it's super crispy and it breaks amazing.
What trigger did you put in there?
Mil-spec trigger, but I did not put a light spring on it. It's a mil-spec spring, so it's that 7-pound spring.
It sounds like you have a burr on the inside of your. I mean, it's hard to say, like, over the internet, saying what it is and diagnosing it without seeing it.
Yeah.
What? Wait. Hold on. What did Mad 60 say?
He's asking you what you think about my light, if I have a light spring.
I mean, if it's actually indexing all the way forward like it's supposed to, is your bolt carrier going into full battery?
It is now. Yes, it is now. It wasn't before I got the new barrel because they
Tactical Bud is right. You can't go to Harbor Freight with a lifetime warranty.
So I'm having a hard time on Amazon finding a crow's foot that goes up to like 1.25 or 1 5/8, whatever my barrel nut is. I'm just looking on Amazon. I don't really, is this dumb? I don't really have time to stop at a store, but there is a Harbor Freight that I know that I've seen on my way somewhere that I go throughout the week that I could probably pop into. Typically I order online because it's hard for me to go to a store.
But I think is your I've seen some weird stuff go on with some ARs here this year, where I've seen like the safety not all the way being like full fire, like especially like from certain manufacturers that I'm not going to list because I'm actually very fond of these manufacturers.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to talk shit about a company that I used to shoot for, but I have seen with certain companies that people like to really dog. They've had some issues out of their hammer coming up and actually following directly in place with their firing pin. The
Right.
holes were like millimeter off. Like we're talking millimeter, like very
Yeah, that's nothing.
millimeters like that
Right.
off. And if it's one that you milled out yourself,
This
that
is a 100% lower. No, wait. Yeah, 100% lower.
measure your distance between the hole on the left side, the two holes. Measure on one side, make sure they're the same distance. They should be
Okay, make sure it's square.
20 thous or 15 thousandths. I think it's 15 thousandths. Make sure it's actually square at 15 thousand. I think it's 15 thousandths. It might be 18 thousandths. I believe that's what it is. And make sure it's actually square. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll go check on some things. Let's sign off for tonight and promise to do it again soon.
That'll work. I don't know if I'm still going live with Terribly Tactical after this or not.
Okay.
But if I am, I don't know. Either way, I'll let you know.
Okay.
But shoot me a picture of your barrel nut. I might actually have a crow's foot here. I've got a 25 drawer toolbox right here that has.
Michael's got more Amazon searching skills than I do here. Yeah, you know what? You're right. Some of those are too wide. I guess I got a bench grinder. I can de-widen it a little bit, but anyway, this Creedmoor build has been nothing but trouble for me. But I just want to shoot the thing.
Should have went bolt action.
I will build. I am committing to building a bolt action very soon. I will build it.
But yeah, the vault is coming along. I know that's the other thing that we were talking.
Yeah, there's is there a video on this now?
It has not been made live because I have not done enough work to make it interesting.
Okay.
And I'm at the point to where, like, I don't know how many people are really interested in me doing electrical work and getting shocked, because it is a shocking sensation.
I've tried some DIY stuff on my channel and nobody watches them.
Yeah, and so I don't know how exciting it is watching me do electricity work, because I get frustrated and I just get frustrated. So.
No, it's gas gang. Gas gang. Get out of here, bolt action.
Bolt action is life. Although I started in gas.
Gas gang only. Okay, thank you, Michael. I'm gonna play with this. I don't know. The you were wanting to talk about your the vault that you're building. By the way, guys, he's building this really cool like vault that's gonna have like these tack walls with like stuff hanging on it. He's gonna be able to put all of his guns in there. It's gonna lock up. I'm
going with a Murphy door. If anybody knows what Murphy doors are, that's the door that I have ordered. It is a very hefty door that
wrist rockets.
I
don't know. I'm gonna have to look at that. I don't know what that is.
What a wrist rocket is?
No, a door like that.
Oh, Murphy doors. It's like a bookshelf, but it's got a RFID lock on it and a mechanical lock. You can order it with both, and when you lock it, it's got 14 bars that shoot out to the sides and out the bottom and out the top. So when it's locked, it's locked. Like you're not going to get into it. But I picked out the walls. Obviously, I haven't ordered the walls yet. If anybody has any interest in that, like, it's going to be on my channel eventually. I don't know if I'm going to host my full firearms collection on there. I might pull a demo ranch and say once I get to 10 million subs,
then you can see them all.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know that there's a long enough video. I mean, I don't know if I have enough storage on my phone now to record every single one of my firearms that I have. Like, but I'm going with that brick veneer for the walls,
Yeah, that'd be cool.
and then the walls I've got to fill in with concrete. That's actually my next big thing, is filling them in with concrete. That's going to be interesting because I do have a 2-story house, and this is going on the bottom level of my house. I don't know how we're going to get concrete in there, but we're going to figure it out.
Definitely keep a camera rolling.
Yeah, they might have to lift off the top story of my house to get it in there. Well, it's only one wall that has to be concreted. The other one's underground. So it'll be super cool once it's done. I don't use that room for anything. When I bought my house, so some weird things that they do in the South that I've never understood, because I am from up north, and this isn't a dig on anybody from up north or from down south or anything, but I don't understand why homes have canning kitchens in them. I've never understood it. And maybe it's because I'm from up north and we used a garden hose to clean up our canning stuff whenever we were done, when we sealed everything. But yeah, that room has a canning kitchen in it. So I've got to rip out the canning sink and cabinets, which has become more of a headache than anything. Because I don't know if you know anything about copper pipes, but they don't like to seal very well.
I know you have to solder them. That's about all I know.
Yeah, and that's the one thing. So they don't teach you how to solder when you go to school for engineering. Just gonna throw that out there. I can weld.
Hey, you can find a YouTube video on it, I'm sure.
I can weld like so well, but you put a soldering iron in my hand. But I'm not going AR pump through a window. I don't have a window. That's kind of a problem. Might cut a hole in my hardwood floors upstairs and patch it up. I don't know. I don't know how we're gonna do it yet, but
that'll be interesting.
But yeah, so the more people that subscribe and help me get to 1,000, because I am a real human and I do work a real job and I do have real bills, just like everybody else, the sooner it's gonna be able to get done, because it's gonna give me more ambition to get it done the more my channel grows. Because why not? But my channel has been growing. Like, I've been super stoked with it. John has kind of the inside scoop of my firearms wall. I bounced ideas off of John. I bounced ideas off you.
Yeah.
But John is like really helped me like with decisions, because John's an older generation in retrospect to yourself and I. We're the same age. So like getting viewpoints from, I guess, life lessons from somebody that's done things. Man, I wish it worked that way, but those assholes just keep just painting your basement with fireproof paint. Just so you know, fireproof paint, once it reaches 1,800 degrees, it becomes very explosive. Just so you are aware. That's why I'm doing concrete walls.
Thank you, Tim. I'm gonna look into that. You sent a link there for me. I'm gonna 30 millimeter.
But yeah, that fire retardant paint is very explosive once it reaches over 1,400 degrees or 1,800 degrees. I don't remember which one it is. And you mix that with the gunpowder that I reload with. I don't know. Like, my neighbor's the police, and like he's been down here where when I've been reloading, he's come down here and talked to me, and he's seen me pull out an 8-pound jug of powder, then switch and pull out another one. And he's like, I don't know what to tell him if your house ever caught fire.
Yeah,
just gotta let it burn. Just gotta let it burn, man. Like, it's gonna have to burn.
Yeah.
I hate to say it that way, but it's gonna have to. Like, and then The biggest thing, one of the biggest hurdles that I'm running into, you've seen my armors locker that I have in the backdrop of some of my inside videos. I don't really shoot inside videos very often, but when I do, it's in the background. I've got to figure out how to get that big sumbitch in there.
Make sure your door's big enough, or you have to build it in there.
I think I'm gonna have to build it in there. And that thing is not light. When we moved it in here, it took me, a friend, and a manual pallet jack to get it in here.
Oh, no.
And I had to pull while he pushed, and it took about everything we had. The pallet jack actually wouldn't hold the weight entirely when we would jack it up. It would actually compress down because it's so heavy.
Yeah.
It's all made out of 1/8
Well, that would suck having to work around it, but you may have to put it in there.
I think I'm gonna have to. But that's kind of the hurdle that I'm in right now is, do I put that in there or do I leave it where it is and get rid of it, sell it, whatever have you, and then go with something different? I don't know yet. There's always options because I do have certain NFA items that have to be locked up under 2 forms of security. So there's kind of gray areas there.
Happy 4th of July.
How do I
play? Well,
the room?
Let's go ahead and shut it down here. Everyone's found your YouTube channel here, so I'm glad that we were able to get those links going. All my stuff is just Eagle Run 23 Instagram. I even have a little Facebook page that I'm playing around with, but I don't really do too much on there. Original content first is going on YouTube, but you can send me a message on Instagram or whatever. Sounds like you can get a hold of Mr. Bending Ballistics on Instagram. He's replied to me at like 1 a.m. before, so I know he's on there all the time.
Well, it's not that I'm on there all the time. I don't really sleep much.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah. And when I do sleep, I'm a super light sleeper anyway. So like the dog moves and I wake up and I'm like, ugh. So
well, thank you for everyone in the side chat here. Good to see Mad Sexy again in a while. AR Guns, Michael Dunn, Mad Sexy, Tim Steffen, yes sir, and Tactical Fud was in here earlier. Of course, John H, Mr. Emmy, AR Guns. I think I said Michael Dunn, Tim S. I wonder if Tim S is the same as Tim Steffens.
I don't know.
He has 2 accounts. Never know. All right, guys. Well, we will see you guys next time. Probably a Saturday or a Sunday night. We've been doing these, and
are you busy next Saturday?
What's that?
I know Sunday's Easter, so I know you're probably busy like everybody else is. But are you busy Saturday?
Yes, my brother is in town from a foreign country. Okay. I will be visiting him and his new baby. So I will be out next week. But maybe we can do something. We'll play with it and see if we can get on here again.
Sundays are pretty good days to do it, I think. Nobody really live streams on Sundays.
Man, we could maybe do a Sunday night. I don't know where I'll be, if I'll be coming back from somewhere, but it's possible, even though it's Easter, we could do a Sunday night. If not, we'll do it again soon, and we'll make sure everybody knows.
All right. Well, be careful. Have a good week.
All right.
And see you later.
Bird. Okay,
all right.
man, we'll see you later.
Enjoy that bird.
Bye.